We don't grow by accident. We have to be intentional. We have to make choices. We have to decide what we want. And that's one of the things that my son and we are reading this book together. We're reading a chapter a day. We're going through a period where he doesn't believe that effort is a necessity. He doesn't believe, he thinks that things should come easy, and that if there's, things have come so easy for him. And so when things, like, he starts to feel resistance, he retreats. And as a coach, as a mom, as someone who has not had the easiest life, like, not a bad life, of course, but not the easiest. I've been through some things. I know that effort and growth doesn't happen by accident. And so I want to talk about today, I wanted to talk about relationships and how if we want to feel fulfilled, if we want to be impactful, if we want to feel joy, having relationships and having deep, meaningful, connected relationships is really important. And to the point where it is hey, Jude, it's good to see you. To the point that it's not something that we can just haphazardly assume. I have some amazing friends, and I realized a long time ago that I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for the people around me. I am not a silo. I am not a, mom. I'm maybe a single mom, and I have a large group, a large support system behind me. I also recognize that over the last year, just for circumstances, I haven't been pouring into them and into my people as much as I would like. And it's not a bad thing. I still love them. They still love me. We go through seasons up and down. But again, when I looked at what I wanted for this year, I wanted to be more connected to my people. I wanted to know more about what's going through with what's happening in my friends' lives. And so I started making a plan, because to have more, to have what we want, we can't just expect it to happen without work. And we can't expect it to, we can't throw spaghetti at the wall and expect it all to stick. We have to see, we do have to try. I mean, that's part of it, right? Is you just keep throwing it until you see something that does stick, and then you go do more of that. But I had to get clear. I had to ask myself, and this is something that even with my son, I'm working on our relationship, because I realized that, he's turning 16 in less than a month, and we fundamentally see the world different. And I can tell him all day that effort is important. And he doesn't listen to me, because the YouTubers are just sitting playing video games all day and they're millionaires. And I'm like, do you not? Go watch their first videos. Go read their story. Go and look, and that's not what he wants to do or thinks it's necessary. So I can't just keep pushing. I have to address it in a different way, and which is one reason why we're reading a book together. And it talks about growth, and it's short, easy read. But it was talking about, and I asked him what his takeaway was, and it was like that growth doesn't happen by accident. Relationships don't happen by accident. And so today I just wanted to encourage you. I just wanted to your whole self-care tip of the day. There we go. Sorry, it's the end of the day, and I'm expecting a knock on the door at any moment. You know what happens at night when I do these things. I should do them earlier, but my day was crazy. But if you want to fill up your relationships, then you've got to actually decide what you're willing to do and what you're willing to not do. You can't build a million relationships all at once. So it's important to pick, okay, who are my people? And, we've talked about the realm of responsibility. So who are my, level 1 and level 2 and possibly level 3 people? Because this is the area that you're responsible for. When you go out further, 4, 5, 6, those Is it worth it to you to pour into those relationships? Is it worth it to you, the energy that it takes to pour into a relationship like with your dentist? No, that's not. You go there, you get your teeth cleaned, you know, do what you got to do when you leave. You can be cordial, you can be nice, you can follow them on Instagram and comment on their posts. But that relationship, it's not worth the effort. We have so much. We only have a small amount of effort and energy. And we owe it to our first three realms, our first three like friend groups to really so the realm of responsibility is, well, basically what it is it's how you choose boundaries. This is how you spend your energy and where you pour into. You have your first realm is the inner circle. This is your, like, typically for me, it's myself and God. Like, this is my core. It is my responsibility to nurture this. Then you got the second circle, and I think of concentric circles. The second circle is, these are my people. These are my ride or dies. This is Kyle. This is my kids. This is my immediate family. Some of them. This is the people who, if they called me at midnight, I would be there, even if I needed to fly across the world. So these are the people that really, and they have you in those inner circles as well. Like, this is your people. And then level 3 is like one more out. This is my, for me, like, this is my breakfast club. This is my prayer group. This is my besties who are like, we're really, really close. Like, these first 3 are the ones that get my energy. Like, these are the first people that I get to pour into, that when I am pouring into like 4, 5, 6, then I'm actually stealing time and energy that wasn't mine to give, because it's meant for me to nurture those relationships. So hopefully that I have it drawn out. I don't have one that I let other people see. There's times that I look and say, okay, with this relationship, is it at level 2? Is it level 3? Level 4? And I have friends who maybe in this season are, get more of my attention, but maybe a year from now, it's not a relationship that I have the energy to pursue. And it's not enough. Like, I don't want you to think that it's, again, like, I don't like them, or I'm sorry, I don't have any time for you. But it's more in that this is my realm of responsibility. This is the people that I'm responsible to pour into during the season. And so I protect my time, because I can't have, the older we get, the less time we have. The more we value depth versus surface, the more I would rather have a few ride or die than have a million followers. So that's that's really what I'm talking about here. And so when you are protecting your energy, protecting it also in a way that you want to show up as your best self for those individuals. Like, that's the part, is you want to give them your best. And if you're drained, then you can't. And this is something I've developed from a couple of people, but a really good friend of mine, who she was talking about how she's a pastor's wife, she's a missionary's wife, and how they're very relational, and how she's like, well, I was realizing this one lady who was constantly coming over and, crying on her shoulder, and not in a way like she wasn't experiencing grief. It was more of a, she needed somebody to constantly validate her. And it was draining her. And she realized that she was there at like 7, 8 at night. And she finally had to tell her, like, this is time that that is my husband's time. And, you can come tomorrow for tea. But she had to put boundaries. So it's all about boundaries. It's healthy. So I don't want you to think that it's a way to like keep people at arm's distance and not support people when they need you. But that if they're not someone who you're responsible for, then you don't need to answer their text at 10 o'clock at night. You don't need to have a weekly lunch with them if it also doesn't fill you up. But so with this, and what I wanted to talk about this intentionality that comes from building relationships and nurturing them, and understanding who your people are in this season is crucial for this. We have to stop being people pleasers. We have to stop trying to be something to everybody, because the best part about having those centric circles, concentric circles, the best part about that is the fact that they are level 1, 2, or 3 in other people's circles. So it's okay, because if you nurture yours, they nurture theirs, then and everyone is cared for. So if you want to put an emphasis, if part of self-care for you this year is building and connecting with people, understand who those people are. Understand the energy that you have in this season to give them. If it is busy at work, or if you have a toddler or a newborn and you're not sleeping, then having, an early morning coffee or a late night may not be the best for you. It may drain you more. So know where you are, know what you're offering, and see, okay, how can I make this the best possible time? How can I give them my undivided attention? How can maybe it's just a text saying, hey, I'm thinking about you. I have a friend who I adore her. We are travel buddies. When we travel, people assume we're sisters, and we haven't really connected. We haven't gone on a trip in 2 years, so we're due, but it's like, okay, this weekend, when can we find time to just connect for an hour on the phone? Like, we'll just do that. She lives way far away, so we can't meet up. But I'm like, okay, no, that's a relationship that I'm not willing to give up. Like, I miss that. So make an intention, setting an appointment, even if it's cold, saying like, here's my calendar schedule, like find a networking time and take it. Do what you have to do. The best part about this is that when you pick your people, when you pick the people you want to nurture, like it's the intent, the idea is it also fills you up by nurturing those relationships. So that is my self-care. Well, I don't know why it's so hard to say that today. So my whole self-care tip of the day. If you want a fulfilled life, relationships part of that. And so we can't just start connecting with everybody. But who is your inner circle? Who is it that you know that you want to pour into? That you know that if they call you at midnight, you will hop on a plane and head to their house, no questions asked. Who are the people who, when you're hopping on that plane, will come in and swoop in and take your kids for you, so that way you can do them? Like, let's look at who your people are. Call them up, send them a text, tell them that you want to build the relationship. Tell them that you want to, like, hey, let's connect some more. Or I just want to just tell you that I'm thinking about you and that you are on my heart. Like, even a text like that, when I get those, it warms my heart so much. And it's like, okay, like, though this season I may not have connected as much, they're still there. Those bonds that you created, they don't go away, but they'll be there when you need them. So know what you need. Make an intention. Who can you reach out to, and who can you encourage? Who can you pour into today that you know will not only like brighten their day, but will also fill you up as well? So find those relationships, set an intention, and go for it. You won't regret it. All right, with that, if you want some more information, if you want to make a self-care plan, if you want to talk about, okay, this is what the season I'm in, and this is really what I need, let's chat. Like, DM me, put self-care in the comments, but don't wait another day. Our time is short on this earth. We will never not be busy. Never. Even with all the things that we have helping us, all of the, HelloFresh and all of the AI, like everything that we do that will help us work more productively, we still don't have more time. One thing I know to be true is that when we pour into people, it comes back to us tenfold in so many ways. So and not in a guilty way, but get real, how have you been neglecting your relationships? If it's with your spouse, if it's with your kids, how do your relationships need to shift a little bit? Like my relationship with my son, I realized I got to stop speaking at him, and I really need to just start asking questions and listen to him. And then hopefully he'll hear some of the things he's saying, and some of his upbringing will click in. But again, those are his choices. So with that, friend, choose joy until joy chooses you. And I will see you soon. Comment below and let's connect. Let's chat and let's talk about what creating a fulfilled life looks like. All right. Bye for now.